Thank you, though, Josh.
Like, how would you evaluate Victor's preseason? What was the best things that he did? What's the things that he still needed to take a step on?
It's so early in his career. I think the best thing he did was he was very receptive to criticism, to learning new concepts, and overall being a willing learner and a really good teammate. And so that's a good start when you're a rookie.
You've told him, don't worry about your position, just worry about your aggressiveness and that sort of thing. Are you happy with how he's done that?
I wouldn't mind him being even more aggressive, and I've told him that, and I'll continue to preach that to him. I'm not sure how many charges he had in preseason. I'm saying maybe 2 at the most, and so I'll take more aggressiveness from him. That's okay with me.
You having played, I know you know where these guys are at, and I know they're excited for these games to count, for the regular season to start. How excited and eager is this group to get this season underway?
Well, you're tired of practicing and watching film and playing preseason games. These guys are ready to go and ready for this thing to count and have a good measuring stick of where we are right now as a team. So, good time.
Good thing is you get to start off easy with the Indiana Pacers.
Without a doubt, in the back-to-back. So, who wouldn't want that?
But how about this Pacer club? I mean, this is a team that could have went to the finals last year. This is a solid squad.
And then they add more pieces in the offseason with C.J. Watson, with Louis Scola. And so it's a group that's experienced, extremely physical and aggressive and tough group, and extremely well coached.
When you're a player like Nick, who's 7 feet tall, almost never faces someone who is taller than he is, what adjustments does he have to make, if any, when you face someone who's 7'2"?
Well, I'm going to use something personal, I guess. I was usually one of the shorter guys on the court, and I never made a big deal about it. I did my job, and I used my advantage if I had one, and that's what Nick should do. He has components of his game that other bigs in the league don't possess. So focus on those things and be extremely prepared, and you'll be okay. It's okay for someone being a little taller than you.
I've never experienced it, so to me it seems very unusual.
Not to give away your game plan, but do you expect to go 8 deep, 9 deep, 10 deep? Have you thought about it? I'm sure you've thought about a rotation, how you'll play out?
We'll need everybody this season, I'll say that. And, those lineups and rotations could change as we get going a little bit and guys get back to being healthy. I'll tell the guys to be extremely prepared every night. And depending on situations, your number could be called, and sometimes it won't be called.
Ideally, you get to an ideal situation in the preseason. You get to get a solid look at all your guys, but with the injuries, you haven't really had the full complement. I guess frustrating, but how disappointing is it that you didn't have the full complement to get everybody a full run in the preseason?
Well, in game situation, you kind of missed that. It was a little weird this year because of practice time. We did have those guys. Duran was practicing earlier. Tobias practiced with us, played some games. So we'll eventually get everyone healthy and get Glenn back in the mix and put it all together.
What's the status on Tobias and Duran? I know that they've been trying to get back, and you said that they're going to get reevaluated this weekend.
Tobias will not practice today, and Duran Lamb will practice today.
Will this be his first practice with the team since he got hurt?
It could be considered his first full practice, and so he's done other things. But when you gauge whether we're non-contact, contact, this would be a chance for him to maybe get a little contact today.
Coach, what are some of the challenges you see with Indiana? I mean, such a solid defensive team, and some of those guys, like Paul George, has grown so much in this game. Some of the challenges you'll face on Tuesday.
They do it all. They control the boards. They contest threes. They keep you from scoring. They get back in transition. It is miraculous how they can do all those things in the course of a game. And then on the offensive end, they have the ability to pound the ball inside. They have an isolation player who can take the ball and score for himself. And they have guards who can get into the lane and create opportunities to get offensive rebounds. And so that's why they're pretty good.
Can you talk about going back-to-back? Because right after you play Indiana, you'll go to Minnesota. What have you told your guys to prepare for that back-to-back right off the start?
Absolutely nothing. We'll concentrate on that first game, and we'll see what happens the second game. Guys will get food back in their system, ice, and we'll go on to the second game. But no mention of the second game, no preparation. You know, it's not like dual preparation. We're concentrating on Indiana, and we'll keep that as our focus.
Jack, kind of a big picture question. Alex and Rob have talked about, you know, when there's a building process, when you're in on the beginning of it, when you see it come from the ground up, it's maybe more special. What is it like for you to build something from the ground up? I mean, is that an extra special challenge?
Well, I just think you have to maintain and have a consistent clarity about what the future holds, but you still have an extreme presence in the now, because that's what gets you to the future. And so for me as a coach, I think my optimum goal is to really maximize every player that we have on this team, their abilities, and where that leads us, hopefully it will be to great heights. But right now, my concentration on this year and today, and I think that puts you in a pretty good place.
As a coach, how much satisfaction do you get out of seeing the minimal gains? I mean, seeing the guys make a step or the team make 2 steps forward. I mean, that has to be satisfying, right?
Well, it's great for the assistant coaches who put in a lot of work to see a guy, you work on a guy's ball handling, and you see the increased comfort level and confidence in a guy that's worked on his game. And, everyone wants to be appreciated, and the coaches have done a great job of putting in time with guys, and then that's reciprocal. The guys have been dedicated to working on their games.
You expect strides forward from everybody this year. I mean, they've put in the work. Now's the fruits of that, right?
We've still got a lot of work to do, so you guys have gotten better. Used the off season to get better. But I still think you could get better during the season as well. And so there's different levels of it, whether it's focus, the mental part of the game that you can get better on and grow from, whether it's your preparation, how you watch film, your preparation versus your opponent. Those things are part of growth also. Teaching guys how to be professionals in this league and be really good at your job every night.
Thank you.
How bad was that interference call last night?
See, that's the Red Sox.